Apex Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely Stream Deck. For more information about the Stream Deck, the link is in the description below.
Now it's going. So welcome ladies and gentlemen, this is Apex Online Racing, this is GT3, this is Xbox One, and welcome for tonight's race. I'm your host, I'm Seppel165, and I will lead you through tonight's race. So as you may have seen on the thumbnail of this race, we do have a championship decider. It's a rerun of round 7. That is, I will switch to the calendar so that you can see. It's rerun of round 7. We had a lot of disconnects in this round, so we will have a rerun tonight, and we're at Indianapolis Road. It's 6 a.m. in the morning for qualifying, 7 a.m. For the race, and we do have a little bit of an haze, a little bit foggy it is, but nevertheless I will immediately switch to the actual live scene and show you the championship standings, which is basically the best idea as my mouse is giving up for some reason. No worries, fixed it, and so transition to the championship standings. There we are. So as you can see, we do have 3 participants for fighting for the championship tonight. It's Gary Master, our Hungarian driver, new to AOR in the AMG, in the black AMG. Switching to him in just a second. Leading the championship by only a marginal 3 points to the French contender Spartan. So again in another AMG. So yeah, these are the two biggest contenders for the championship. And in 3rd place, only 11 points behind Gary, is Willy Blackhammer. He is in the Lamborghini, and he will try to compete as well. In the race tonight, we do have Tom, we do have Stick, we do have Flux down at the bottom in 12th, and we're trying to get Papa Bear in as well because he has problems with his connection. So let's see. At the moment, we do have 6 drivers, 3 of them fighting for the championship. I will give you a quick roundup of how many points you can gain with a win or with a loss in the championship standings. But first of all, I will switch to the live screen as qualifying is already underway. As you can see, we're watching Willy Blackhammer in his beautiful black and green Lamborghini, one of the best cars on the grid in one of the best cars in the grid on Project Cars 2. But nevertheless, he has to make a push for the championship if he wants to win. There's our championship leader in the AMG with number 123. This is Codemasters. He's new to Apex Online Racing, as I said earlier before, and he will try to keep his 3 point gap tonight and bring home the championship, which will probably be, at least on AOR, his first championship. So third championship contender is missing. It's Spartan. As I said earlier, as you probably may have seen in the championship standings, only 3 points behind Gary. So yeah, give me, if you're in the chat, if you're watching, give me a little heads up. Tell me you're there. Yeah, just get involved in the streaming or in the chat. Tell me who's your best bet for winning the championship. As we do have 11 minutes remaining, I can quickly switch over to the championship standings again to have a closer look what is going on at front. You can see round 7, all of them have an DNS, which is the round we are now rerunning, as the championship normally ended 1.5 weeks ago. It was on 1.5 weeks ago on Wednesday in Brünn, where Gary took home the win, actually, with Spartan finishing in 3rd and Tom, who can be a crucial part of this of tonight's race, in P2. Willie Blackhammer there, Willie only scoring P5. So as we can see in the championship standings, Gary with already 2 wins, Spartan has 3 wins, and Willie only 1. So there's probably the difference, because why he is about 10 points behind everybody else, all the other 2 drivers. And yeah, we do have Tom with 5 appearances. Out of these 5 appearances, he won 3 races and finished 2 in 2nd position. So he is very quick and one to watch tonight. So switching over, or no, not switching over to the championship standings, but telling you the championship standings, is that the winner of every race gets about, let me have a look, 35 points. Second is 30 points, and third 27, fifth, fourth is 25. So if Willie wants to win the championship, he has to win, and he has to win, and Gary has to be is not allowed to finish better than 5th, as long as I see. Yeah, Gary wins the championship if he wins the race, obviously, and if Spartan wins the championship, then wins the race, he is our new champion, as he has only 3 points behind. But nevertheless, we do have Tom in pole position by now, as you can see on the live screen. If he wins and Spartan gets 2nd, Gary has to be 3rd to... Oh no! Yeah, Spartan 3rd place is enough to win the championship, as he already won 3 races. So yeah, it's very difficult, and I will keep you updated throughout the race, what is actually going on throughout the championship, and give you a little bit of a roundup championship, so that we can have a live championship table, something like that. So as you can see up top, it's close. Close is slightly underrated. It's very close, actually. We have Tom in pole position by now. At the moment, he is in P1 with a 24.0. Let me have a quick look what the actual what a good time is. By the way, if we can expect some improvements, Tier 1 pole position was a 22.5, but this is out of reach for everybody in this league, as well as for everybody else in Tier 1, because it was Moo with 22.5. So the first actual beatable time is a 23.2, or was a 23.2, so that we can this was 2nd position. So there is some improvement to be expected. So yeah, let's see how the race is going. how they can improve. So we do have Tom on a fast lap, as I can see. Spartan behind is on a fast lap as well, as I think Tom is slowing down. Yeah, looks like he is slowing down. And Spartan is on a fast lap. He's coming into the... Oh, he just started his flying lap. He's onto the back straight with the little chicane where you can easily get an off track and then slowdown penalty. So this is something we have to look for um, yeah, slowdowns and penalties basically, as we do have someone joined late, Mr. Krymnik in here. So welcome. Good to see that he joined in another AMG. So yeah, let's have a look what he's able to do, if he can be a real contender for the championship, or not for the championship, but for good race points. So it's Spartan again in P2. We're just watching him going around the last corner, so I'm waiting for his time, if he's able to improve his time coming around the last corner on the famous Brickyard. And is he able to improve? Doesn't look like. I think the start finish line is a little bit further or earlier on the start finish straight, so no improvement for him this time. But Gary Master as well, I think, coming up to the start finish line. Yes, nearly. Only 3 corners to go in the last sector for him. We will have a quick roundup of the track very soon. We'll show you where we are, what we do, and yeah, where we're racing and how do you have to race basically. Putting in the basically best source for every knowledge, as Gary didn't improve this time. So coming up to some information of the track. So as I said earlier before, we're on the famous Brickyard. That's the nickname of this track. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, by the name you can see, it's located in Indiana, near in the middle, basically, of the capital city, Indianapolis. As we're watching Gary spinning, let's have a look where Spartan is. He just started his lap. He's coming up to the back straight, but he looks like he's warming up his tires, going for another run. Tom is coming around again, entering the oval section of the track, tapping the wall slightly and outbraking himself, which ruins his lap again. So Willie improved again. He's now about 0.7 of a second back. So I think he will go out for another run, just waiting for the right timing. So yeah, there he is, starting up his last run. So we do have Gary in the pits, sitting in P3. Willie is on a charge again. Spartan is... Oh, where is Spartan? Oh yeah, he's coming around the last corner actually. So let's see if he's on a fast lap and if he is able to improve. Yeah, he improved a slightly bit as I saw him crossing the line, but not enough. So there is Tom on the back straight. Gary with the start of a fast lap. It's actually very close. Oh no, he's warming up his tires. He's going at the last second, the very last second for his flying lap. So, and there's Willie. I think, yeah, Willie is going for his flying lap. Let's see if Stick is in the way or if he can go out of the way. It's a little bit difficult, probably a little bit disappointing. Yeah, it looks like he got in the way and Willie slowed down, so yeah, Stick is back 6 seconds in P7 at the moment, and Mr. Krymnik sitting in the pits with a gap of 3 seconds. And Flox is actually not that far away as well. He is about 1 second behind the other drivers, so 1 second behind the leader. So let's see if he is able to cross the line in time. As Willie got past Stick and will probably go for another lap. So yeah, he will have enough time to cross the line. So let's have a look at the chase cam to see where the line is. Then we switch back to the trackside camera if I'm sure where the start finish line is. It's, yeah, right there under the bridge. Okay, that's fine for me to know. So as I said, it's a little bit hazy. So Spartan in the pits, he improved again but still in second place with 42 thousandths of a second, just behind Tom. And yeah, it's going to be intense. And as Gary is in the pits and Willie, the last one of the championship contenders, able to go on a fast lap. This was very close to an off track, but let's see if he's able to finish his lap and probably improve as well, as he's 7/10 behind the leader Tom. Yeah, looks like the lap is very fast. He ran a little bit wide there, but probably not too serious if he was able to carry a little bit more speed through there, because this is very important as there is a bit of a straight behind. This corner is very tricky because of the curb on the inside and the off track you can get there, and then you need some really good traction out of this corner. The swooping right-handed onto the start finish straight is very difficult as well, and let's see if he can improve. There is an no, doesn't look like. No, he switched back to the pits and didn't improve. So as it stands now, as qualifying is completed. Oh yeah, as Papa Bear joined again and disconnected again. So, Tylen Gibson, are you TLR Flux? Looks like. So looks like we do have the grid already set before I was even able to read out the qualifying results. But nevertheless, it's Tom with a 24-0 as we saw. On pole position, it's Spartan, just a marginal 42 thousandths of a second behind. Gary with about 3 seconds behind in P3, Willie in P4, it's TLR Flux in P5, Mr. Krymnik joined late in P6, and Stick in P7. So as it stands now, if the race finishes like this, we would have, I think, Spartan winning the championship, as he has more, yeah, yeah, on the same points, but just as he won more races. Let me have a quick look again, so that I doesn't. Yeah, as I said, Spartan won 3 races, Gary only 2, marginal difference of 2 points, 3 points. So if Spartan stays in second, he gets 30 points. If Gary stays in third, he gets 27. So that's a total of 261 points for both of them, which makes them equal on points. And with the higher amount of wins, Spartan would win the championship. But there's a lot of laps to go, as you can see at the top of your screen. There's 42 laps, actually one manual formation lap, as you are familiar with when you're watching AOR a little bit more often or a little bit more regular. So all the drivers will go around for one manual formation lap. Yeah, as by now everybody, yeah, there's the syncing, and now everybody should be going. So we're going around Indianapolis, and I will show you the track map real quick. As you can see, the big white circle around the outside, as you can see, the cars in the background are starting to go on their formation lap. That's the famous brickyard where the Indy 500 is going. We're going the opposite direction on the start-finish straight, taking the road course entry with a very tight corner to the right, to the left, and kink to the right again. Then there's a little bit of an alternation to the track where we go straight to the road layout, which is only a small chicane leading onto the back straight. There is another road layout which has the loop around in it, which you can see on screen in white. And then we do have the when we come on to the last corner, there's a little bit of a chicane as well with the pit entry. Pit entry will be very crucial again this time, as we do have a mandatory pit stop as usual on the AOR leagues. So looks like it's very cold, looks like everybody's on hard tires and everybody's trying to keep the tires under temperature. And yeah, let's have a look what is going on. So they will form up in a 2x2 grid position and slow down to 80 kilometers an hour just before the last chicane, if I remember correctly, or if I'm informed correctly. As I said, the round 7 race from Tier 1, which I didn't commentate actually because I was on vacation, is just some days ago, some weeks actually in the meantime. Oh, there looks like there is a little bit of a fan club forming in the chat. Welcome, Don. Let me know if everything is fine with the stream, if the quality is good, if my English is as good as it can be. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. I will answer them as best as I can. So, but now we're watching the start of the 41 race lap race here at Indianapolis, and let's see. Tom is on pole position on the inside and he's the leader. He can determine when we start, and let's see when he's going. Yeah, looks like he's going, and we're green. In the USA you say boogity boogity boogity, I think, at the NASCAR races, and that's what we're saying tonight. Spartan already looking for a gap to the inside, but decides, thinks the better of it. Gary very late on the brakes. Whoa, with a very late braking maneuver, and both of the AMGs overtook Tom in the first corner. A little bit of door banging there with Tom and Willie, but looks like everything is fine so far. But both of the AMGs got a very good start and got a very cleanly Gary with a dive bomb on the inside, and Spartan with a late braking maneuver and a very clean pass around the outside, taking the lead of the race. So both of the championship contenders of first and second in championship, yeah, making no prisoners in the opening lap, as I think. As Gary runs a little bit wide there, but let's switch over to Gary. Spartan made a little bit of a mistake, looks like. Gary to the inside, and is he able to stay there? Is he able to get past? Yes, around the outside, and there we have all three championship contenders in one shot. This is what I was looking for. It's great racing, guys. Thank you so far, and keep it clean. That's the only advice I can give you. Keep it clean and keep us entertained throughout the whole 1 hour of racing. Gary goes wide again a little bit. Spartan defending his second position, and Tom very close behind as Willie is following them. And probably he's smart and looks for for something of a mistake, and yeah, everybody's trying to get in the slipstream of each other. They're weaving around the start-finish straight, which is allowed, but not in the braking zone. So when it comes to the braking zone, you have to make up your mind which line you take. So, oh, looks like there was a little bit of contact between Spartan and Tom in the braking zone of turn 1. Looks like Tom gave Spartan a little bit of a push there, but looks like no harm done to anybody, and the race is going on. Yeah, that's definitely a slowdown for both of them. Let's have a look if anybody already has a slowdown. No. At least no time penalty this time. And Spartan has to defend actually. So yeah, let's have a look. It's Gary leading the way, putting up a little bit of a gap. And but nevertheless, it's still close together and it's still a lot of laps to go. As I said earlier, all of them have to make a manual pit stop. Or a mandatory pit stop. That's the correct English word. So sorry for my bad English sometimes, or my bad accent. I'm from Germany, so apologies in advance. But nevertheless, I will try to keep you entertained and see what we can do. So as I said, there's a mandatory pit stop. Everybody has to pit once in this race. And yeah, both of them late on the brakes, both AMGs late on the brakes for turn 1. Yeah, it's looking like there is a little bit of a temperature issue with the tires, or at least with the brakes, because it's very difficult to brake. There's a very long start-finish straight, where the brakes cool down, and yeah, and braking point for turn 1 is very, very hard to find sometimes. Tom is blinking. What does he want to say? Don't know. So as they're not attacking at the moment, I will have a quick try and finish my sentence from earlier again. So everybody has to make a mandatory pit stop. No need to refuel, no need to change the tires, just go into the pits, stop and go again. What you do in the pits is completely up to you. It's just the rule that you have to make a pit stop. As I said, no enforcement to change tires or refuel. In these 1-hour races, all of the cars have sufficient fuel amounts in there to go to the end, so there's no need to refuel. And most likely, from my experience, it takes too long to refuel, so anybody will refuel, they just only stop. So let's see if anybody from the top guys here is smart enough to... Oh, they crashed! Spartan ran in the back of Gary. Oh, looks like Gary had spun again, spun as well. Yeah, it's Spartan and Gary spun. So let's have a look if Spartan is waiting for Gary. Yeah, looks like he's waiting. That's fair play. That's what we stand for on AOR. So, that's unfortunate. Both of the championship contenders taking themselves out. It's Spartan, yeah, braking very late into turn 1 again. I think it's the 4th lap again. I don't know. It was a pretty straightforward hit, so probably no damage for anybody. Yeah, besides for a little bit of aero damage, but if you get aero damage, that's most likely fine. You only get some understeer from Spartan's side, or a little bit more oversteer from Gary's side, as he was hit in the back, and no suspension damage probably from this point of view for me. So yeah, it's all flowing for Willy, as he only now has to overtake. No, not quite. Gary is still in the driver's seat for the championship. Yeah, Willy has to pass Tom, and Spartan has to pass Gary. So then Willy is our new champion. But let's see. Both of the AMGs probably were on good pace the whole race, the whole season, as they had multiple wins under their belts, each of them. So let's see if they can catch up again to this group. So Gary's car. Let us have a look at the chase cam. I hate these controls. There's the chase cam. Looks fine from my side. lights are fine, wing is fine, no damage to be seen. And let's have a look at the as he outbrakes himself again. What is going on with these braking points for these guys? So let's have a look at Spartan. How can we see his front sides? Oh, probably we have to switch to the trackside camera again. Yeah. So let me have a closer look. Lights are fine, wings are fine, flaps are fine. Looks like he's fine for damage as well. So yeah, no harm done for them. So I think it's a good idea to give you a closer look at the track and the racing they have, and follow this battle for one lap as we keep an eye on the gaps at front. Tom and Willie 1 second behind. So as I said, opposite direction of the brickyard, a very long braking zone with a very tight corner where you can easily take an off track, where we're watching Spartans rear stepping out a little bit, then a swooping right-hander, then a very tricky to brake right-hander again, which is very long and leading onto the back straight, as you can have to take a lot of speed through there. The chicane is fine, you can easily take it flat if you have the right line, and then the next corner is very tricky again, as it's a little bit off camber, and when you touch the inside curb it's very easy to spin out, as you can see all of the drivers avoiding the inside curb so that they don't spin out. Then coming up to the S's, leading on to the oval again. This is a corner which is very crucial, as you have to take a lot of speed through the corner, out of the corner, and onto the oval, which is a very short part of the oval. Then a very tricky corner again, very tight right-hander, very tight left-hander. Oh, and Spartan is going to the pits. Okay, he's going for the undercut. So let's make a little note that he's going to pit in lap 7. Okay, and watch his lap times as we're going on. As you can see, it looks like they're changing tires. Looks like he's a little bit of a refuel. Yeah, a little bit of a refuel, probably a splash and dash, not more than 10 liters probably. And yes, and then he's going again. So this is Spartan making already his pit stop, and Gary with a little slide. 7 seconds. We will keep an eye on the gap. 7 seconds behind Flock. Flocks, yeah, there he is, sitting in P3 at the moment. He takes the inside curve there, which is very dangerous, as I said earlier, but yeah, let's see. And the battle for the lead is getting intense, I think. It's Tom and Willie. We're switching back to the trackside as it's more entertaining for you guys. So yeah, there you see in the foreground, it's Tom in the Audi and Willie in the Lamborghini behind, chasing for the win, which he desperately needs. Yeah, because yeah, Spartan Gary is now in a good position. He's in 4th. He only needs to lose 1 place in order to give Gary the championship. And as you know, on these GT3 races, anything can happen. So it's a two-way fight for the lead by now. Tom playing a very good role in this race again. As I said, he appeared in 5 of the remaining, or of the last 9 races in this league already, which already happened in this league. He won 3, finished in 2nd the other 2, so he's a very fast driver, and he will play a very good role throughout the race. And in Germany we say he's the Zünglein an der Waage. I don't know what the real English wording is for that, but I can show you. You can Google it and probably rewind the stream if you want to have it again, because I don't want to say it again. So there is Tom and Willie fighting for the lead of the race. Already coming up to Stick. Yeah, Stick already had problems with his pace the whole season. So not sure what happened to him. I don't think he was in the pits yet. but he's watching his mirrors obviously and letting the guys behind pass. That's very good. Yeah, well done, Stick. Well done, Stick. I don't think he was into bits, but he definitely has some damage, as well as Mr. Krimnik, who lost his place to Spartan again. Spartan moved up to P4, and Gary obviously was in the pits as well, as he's now 44 seconds behind. I missed it. So if you're in the chat, just let me know when anybody's gonna make a pit stop so that we can have a look at everybody, or that we don't miss it. So yeah, Gary smartly covering the undercut from Spartan, coming back in front of him. So yeah, the pack is back together. They're still trying to stay in each other's slipstream, but we have to have a look at the front. So we will keep an eye on the gap there, but the gap at the front is very close, as it's only 0.3 of a second, where we see Tom braking very late again. It's a shame that the race feed on the Willie with a small mistake there, having a little bit of a moment, but lost about 1.5 seconds, but nothing too serious. So yeah, Mr. Krimnik in the pits. He's probably trying to fix his damage, as he has a very damaged car on the side, and he is now lapped as well. So already lapped, but yeah, nothing he can do if he can't keep the car on track. But that's probably, sometimes it's down to a lack of practice, but I don't want to jinx anything. If sometimes difficult to motivate yourself if you're not in the championship. So I'm happy with every driver driving this race. There are a lot of drivers turning down this race as they don't have anything to fight for. And yeah, so we do have 7 drivers. Unfortunately, Papa Bear, one of the coordinators of this league, disconnected in the early practice stages. So yeah, there's Spartan again, trying to make a move on Gary, going to the outside. Let's see what the braking is. Gary with a... oh, there's Stick as well, and they make contact again. Banging doors as Stick is moving out of the way. So yeah, Gary lets Spartan past, probably because he outbroke himself again. And yeah, let's see how this battle continues, and if... oh, Tom is in the pits, actually. Good, I spotted this one. Does he have any damage? It doesn't look like he has damage. No, looks like he's fine. Yeah, just going again, a little bit faster than Spartan and Gary. So let's see how the battle of these two affected the race position, if Tom is able to move out in front of them, because as you can imagine, the pit straight is very long and it takes forever to get out of this pit straight. But from my experience, it looks like he is fine staying in P3. So yeah, let's have a look at the lap times. Actually, Spartan and Gary doing 25.9 respectively, 26.6. Last lap time from Tom was due to the pit stop at 2:07, but he's probably somewhere around Willie, which is a 25.7. And yeah, Willie is on the straight. Flox is just coming back onto the short section on the oval, and Tom is around 11 seconds clear of Spartan and Gary, which is very impressive actually. As they were very close together before they pitted. I think they were 7 seconds behind the leader Tom when Gary, oh no, when Spartan pitted first. And yeah, Willie is in the lead, and if Flox in the pits as well, trying to cover the undercut from Tom, or trying to overcut Tom, so to say. But Tom already is on the start-finish straight again, so this looks like he is gonna take the place again. Could be interesting with Spartan and Gary. And Phlox, so to say. Where does Phlox come out? There you can see them in the background. Phlox just leaving the pits in a second. I think now, yeah, there's the sign so that he can accelerate again. Where's Spartan? They're just in the braking zone. Oh, that's going to be very close. That is going to be very close between them. Oh, Phlox just in front of them, out on track. So, yeah, looks like there's a really good chance for Willy, who did a 25.7 last lap, which is, according to all the other times, very good. There's a good chance for Willy to take the win, as Willy's going to the pits as well. So all of the top drivers, basically, yeah, everybody. Yeah, Willy's the last one who has to make his pit stop. Yeah, looks like we do have everybody with their mandatory pit stop done. So let's see where Tom is. He's coming around the penultimate corner. And yeah, it's 10 seconds behind is Phlox and Spartan and Gary. Let me have a look. If Spartan is able to let us... Now we will have the stream in the background. So if Spartan is able to overtake Phlox, then he is third and Gary is fifth, which is a difference of 4 points, which should be enough for Spartan to win the championship as well. So yeah, Gary has to make moves, I think. Around the outside Spartan goes, but outbreaks himself again. Very good defending here from Phlox. Willy came behind Tom, by the way, around 8 seconds, which is rather surprising because they were very close together before Tom made a pit stop. So looks like Willy made it a small mistake in his in-lap. But here we have a good battle between the three AMGs. It's Phlox in front. It's Spartan and Gary going for the move on Spartan. Oh, this is... Oh, he made it stick around both of the drivers, I think. Yeah, he got them both in one corner. That's one of the overtakes of the season for me. One of the best overtakes I've seen in a long time. I think there was no contact actually. And he overtook both of them. And that's probably a championship winning, championship deserving move. Let's see if he can hold it, or if he has his braking under control now, or if he can actually run away before Spartan can get by Phlox, if he's able to get by. But Phlox still very close to Gary. Let's see, as we can see Spartan running very wide on the limit actually of what he is capable to do. Yeah, let us see what he's able to... Yeah, Phlox is fighting for it. Phlox is not giving up. This is very good racing. Gary with a good braking maneuver this time into the first corner, defending on the inside, very good. Which gives Phlox a little bit of a setback, and now Spartan is right behind him. Let's see if Spartan is... Sorry for this one. As there's Willy in the... No, that's not Willy, sorry. That was Krymnik. I only saw a glimpse of green and thought it was Willy in the gravel, but it was Mr. Krymnik, who is having a very bad race, and he crashed again. But that's nothing we should worry about, as our championship contender is side by side with Phlox, who pushes him slightly off track. Don't know if this was a lag incident for us, or if they actually touched. Oh, he's blinking, he's not happy with this maneuver, so looks like it was a little bit of a touch there. So yeah, let's see if Phlox is giving back the position or if he's slowing down. As we can see, Gary slowly, slightly getting away from both of them. So Tom up top with a 25.1, which actually is, yeah, the fastest race lap. So Willy Blackhammer with a 25.2, actually not very far away, according to the fastest lap at least. But Tom has a 10-second penalty. That's another twist of the plot. So 10-second penalty, that's probably what you get for speeding in the pit lane. Yeah, which gives Willy the virtual lead basically, as he's only 9 seconds behind. So pooh, Tom with a 10-second penalty, Willy in the virtual lead. Let's see if Tom is able to pull the gap to 10 seconds. As we're still watching Spartan fighting against Phlox. He's probably very desperate to get past, as he don't want to get Gary or let Gary go away, as he has to beat Gary for the championship if he wants to win the championship himself. So yeah, he has to go past Gary. He's very close, trying to set up a move on the start-finish straight probably. This corner is very crucial. There's Mr. Krimnik lagging in the pit entry, I think. Yeah, and he disconnected. Okay. So there is Spartan going for another move. Let's see if he can make it stick this time. Around the outside again, where he made some moves before. Who's later on the brakes? Looked like they both broke very similar. And oh, that's good defending from Phlox. That's actually very good defending from Phlox. Braking as late as Spartan on the outside, and oh, Spartan with a little bit of a moment, but there is Phlox running wide, and this is the chance again for Spartan. Can he go past before the chicane? Yeah, side by side in the chicane, and now he made a move stick. That was a very good maneuver. A little bit of a mistake in the corner before for Phlox, but yeah, Spartan made the most out of it, and now he's going for a charge on Gary. As I said before, he has to pass him if he wants to be the new champion of Xbox One Tier 2 for season 13. And yes, you hear right, it is already season 13. We started way back in, I think, 2014 or even 2013 with Project Cars 1 on GT3. So you're watching the official GT3 League. This is sponsored and supported by Slightly Mad Studios, the developer of the game. So we do have 10 races per season, and then there is a little bit of a gap where we do have a filler league every time between the GT3 seasons. This time it's as Spartan made a mistake in turn 1 and Phlox is passed again. This is very unfortunate and very... Oh, he tries to make a desperate move again, and he... I don't know if there was contact. Looked like the spin was a little bit... The spin was a little bit awkward. Because you... Yeah, it is easy to lock your brakes in this corner, but it looked like Spartan was a little bit desperate, so to say, to go past, and yeah, it doesn't look like he's slowing down. If he hit him, probably he should have slowed down if he hit him, but I didn't saw him hitting him, so probably there was no contact and Phlox spun out himself. So Spartan on his way back to his original chase. Probably he's a little. He looks like he's a little bit hot-headed. To be honest with you guys, but making the mistake into turn 1, losing the position again to Phlox, and then trying to get desperately past again. But yeah, Phlox is blinking, and I think he's not happy with the move, and he wants Spartan to brake again. But stick there very slow on the apex, but Spartan avoided him. This was a good one. Yeah, as I said, Spartan looks like his driving looks a little bit hot-headed, and which is probably not the best idea in this case, because yeah, you have to stay calm, you have to stay patient, you have to stay calm, basically to not only to win a race but to win the championship as well. And nevertheless, let's see what his lap times are, what he can do. this far back. So we have Tom with just about his 10 seconds to Willie, if there are no further penalties. No, Gary Master with a 1 second penalty, which we should keep in mind as well. Gary Master with the 1 second penalty, and then we do have the Tom with his 10 second penalty, which he is just clear of, but they're doing both similar times, so depends on who is making a mistake and who is not. So as I said, it's 11 seconds behind is Willie, another 6 seconds, already only 6 seconds again, is Gary. Let me have a quick think how far he was behind when he came out of the pits. I think it was about 11 seconds he was behind Tom, so he lost some, but nevertheless it's still good enough for P3 for Gary. So yeah, let's have a look at Gary, as he's now our current and remaining championship leader slash winner. So yeah, if it stays like this in the last 22 laps, we will have Gary winning the championship actually. Yeah, he was, as I said, he was new to the AOR's forums. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking before. So we do have a little filler league after this, which this time is the touring car league. So if you're eager to race very good drivers here on Apex Online Racing, probably the best you can find in Europe, and all over the world, as our Tier 1 champion is from New Zealand. Feel free to click into Apex Online Racing. You can find everything down in the description. The Apex Online Racing forums, go to the Project Cars 2 side of things, click onto the Xbox One side, on the Xbox One forums, and there you can find the sign-up league for the filler league, which is a short 4-week championship in the touring cars, and then we will have the GT3 championship back on Apex Online Racing for season 14 already, with a very interesting selection of tracks. I can tell you, as I'm involved in the planning somewhat, and yeah, so if you're interested in racing against drivers on your pace level, as we do have a split system like there is in iRacing, as you probably are familiar with. So according to your time trials, you have to do before the races or before the seasons, and some evaluation races. If you are a new driver, you will be placed into a tier, into one of this time 2 tiers, or last season we do have had 3 tiers. So you will get placed with drivers all on your pace, all on your competition level, so that we can have such close racing like we had in the opening laps of this round. So yeah, if you're interested in racing one of the best drivers on Xbox, which is THRMU at the moment, win 3 times winner of the Tier 1 GT3 Championship, where he won 9 races, and he only won 9 races because he disconnected in Bathurst in the formation lap, so he competed in 9 races and won 9 races, which was very impressive from him. So shout out to THRMU again. And if you're not just on this pace, as I said earlier, he did it 22.4 in qualifying, and we can have a quick look at what the fastest race lap was in Tier 1. It was a 23.5, so that's not actually that far away from Tom with 24.5 now. It's only 1 second, which is basically very impressive lap. It's the 5th fastest lap out of all the Tier 1 drivers here in Tier 2, so very good racing for us to to witness here tonight. So yeah, good to see. But as it looks like, everybody is speeding up a little bit, as Willie with the 25.3, very good lap time, and Gary with the 25.5, which probably is his best lap. Yes, his best lap. Only Spartan with a little bit of a mistake with a 26.5. Flox last lap with a 25.8, which is already a personal best for him. And Stick, unfortunately, again a little bit off pace again. So, nevertheless, shout out to Stick. He competed in most likely every race this season, and yeah, no, not every race, but he had 3 DNSs in Bathurst and Le Mans, and the first race in Imola he wasn't there as well, but yeah, nevertheless, very good performance from him as well, as he finishes most of the races or all of the races he starts. So that's good to see. Even if you're off pace, just finish the race, be a gentleman, don't jump off the race. Yeah, shout out to Stick. Try and practice again, improve your pace, and you will be back stronger and better for next season. So we do have some more drivers. Yeah, missing tonight. It's OJC 2K4 actually. Missing with some very good results, as he started in 4th, 2nd, 3rd, and another 2nd place. So very good results from him, but he's missing unfortunately tonight. Championship standings, he is 5th, and he will stay 5th as it looks like, because the next one behind is at one point not starting, and on the other hand too far back. So he will stay 5th at the moment. As I said, to give you just a quick roundup again, it's Gary with his 3rd place being on the 3rd place would be enough, as Spartan is behind him. Gary with the good enough pace to win the championship, to bring back the championship tonight. And then we do have Spartan. He is 4th and will collect about 25 points. If it stays like this, it is Willie collecting 30 points, which gives him 5 points, but he's 8 behind, so 5 points over makes him 5 points better than Spartan, but he's 8 points behind, so Spartan's still in 2nd place in the championship, on the runner-up position with the position as it stands now. Tom with another personal best. Oh no, it's not the personal best, as it was a 24.5 before, yeah, but a 25.0, 25 flat, still a very good lap. And no further penalties, no. So still very good to see those guys pushing all very hard. As you can see, Tom with the 25.0, Willie with the 25.2, Gary 25.4, Spartan 25.6, Flox 25.8. Yeah, all of the first 5 guys, all of the front 5 guys on very good pace, pushing to their limits as good as they can, I think. So if you watched my streams in on the tier 1 side of things for the last few races, you saw me doing something of a silent lap, where I will be calm and get a drink, make myself or prepare myself for the last 10 laps of the race. As you can see, Stick leaving the pits at the back of the, or in the background there, probably not being in way of Spartan. No, he's fine, he's clear. So we're for this time, I think in tier 1 I didn't have the AMG for the silent lap, so as I said, we will have a silent lap watching the chase cam, actually, or no, the onboard cam for Gary Master's car, and I'll leave you alone for a lap and let you enjoy the beautiful sound of the AMG. As I said, I'm off for a lap and put up the volume for the car so that you can enjoy it. Have fun, and I'm back in a second. So I'm back with the talking. I hope you enjoyed the, as I simply call it, silent lap here. Let's switch back to the, there it is, my cursor, there it is, to the trackside camera. So anything changed besides the gaps a little bit? It's Tom still in the lead. Let us have him on the picture, but keep in mind he still has his 10-second penalty for the speeding in the pit lane, probably, most likely. With a 14-second gap, which makes him clear of Woody. He's in P1 on track and in virtual as well. So yeah, this is Tom in P1 doing a 25.4, a very impressive pace actually on the last lap as well. As the track is probably getting a little bit warmer, as the time of day is going further and it's getting warmer and hotter, and probably his tires are a little bit in better temperature shape. And so yeah, good thing to see him lapping very quickly. Hello Isaac, welcome to the chat. There is looks like you're a fan of Willie. So yeah, let's see. Willie currently in P2. Oh, looks like he disconnected. Something is wrong with Willie, as I say. Yeah, he disconnected for some reason. Oh no, Willie disconnected. So that's us down to 5 drivers then for the remaining 12 laps, I guess. Oh no, for the remaining 11 laps. That's a shame for Willie. He was in a good P2. Fighting for the win actually. It was only 5 seconds. Taking the penalty into account behind Tom. But yeah, what can you do? Anything you can do probably. So yeah, that's Tom now comfortable in the lead. And we do have Spartan still in P3, still chasing down Gary. And as it stands now, Gary is the champion. But if Spartan is able to pass him for P2, this will be enough for Spartan to win the championship. So it's still close at the front. It's still close for the championship. And yeah, let's see what is happening in the last 10 laps. There's only one mistake needed from Gary, as he's only about 6 seconds in front. Yeah, then we do have in P4, it's Flox, probably still not very happy with the move from Spartan earlier in the race. It looks like a little bit he pushed him off. He's, as you can see at the top, he's about 11 seconds behind Spartan. Yeah, but lapping consistently a little bit slower than the AMG drivers in front, but which is understandable, I guess. So and we do have Styx running with a very broken car, as it looks like, with a very damaged front at least. But he is already, I think, yeah, 5 laps behind the leader. Where Tom is crossing start-finish line, coming into lap 33 of 42. So what is going on with the camera? There is Gary again. His front wheels looking a little bit, how do you say, strange, probably, as it looked like he is stepping out. Nevertheless, Gary and Spartan, this is the battle we have to look at. So it's a 25.6 for Gary in the last lap and a 25.9 for Spartan in this lap. So Gary made up about 0.3 of a second in the last lap, and yeah, probably the best idea is to watch our virtual championship or our championship leader and virtual championship winner, and see if he's able to bring it home, if he's able to not bottle it, basically. So unfortunately, I didn't follow the races earlier this season, but as I said, he started out the race very strong with a win in Imola. He was 6th in Donington, where Willie won, as Dick is making giving way to Gary. Very good to see that this is working very good. If you're not on pace, you have to, yeah, have to give way for everybody else. So very good job for him. Yeah, he was 6th in Donington, probably with some problems. Then we do had the race at Barcelona, Catalunya, where he finished on the podium in 3rd. The first endurance race was round 4 in Le Mans. Endurance races happens 2 times every season on AOR, so it's basically not a 1 hour race. It is then a 1.5 hour race with the championship standings, or with the grid order in reverse championship standings. So if you're leading the championship, you're starting last. If you're second at the championship, you're starting second to last, and so on. So he finished 4th in this race, seeing Spartan win. Next race, 5th round, was at Zhuhai. There Gary finished 2nd, where we saw Tom winning his 2nd race after Catalonia. 3rd race was, I think it was Zugo. Yeah, we do have had 2 races in Japan this season. One was at Zugo, the other one at Fuji, but I think round 6 was at Zugo. Yeah, there we saw, yeah, it was the race before I went to holidays, yeah, at Zugo. So there Gary was 3rd, got 3rd with Spartan again winning. 7th round is Indianapolis. That is what you're watching right now. This is the rerun, as everybody disconnected before. Then in Fuji, Gary was not able to race. He wasn't there. Then we had round 9. Oh, sorry, I have to tell you the winner. It was Spartan winning round 8 at Fuji, making a good push towards the championship. Nevertheless, we do had round 9. It was the 2nd endurance race at Bathurst. If you're liking good racing, if you want to see good racing, as we can see, by the way, Spartan with a 35.9 last lap probably made a mistake somewhere, pushing too hard, which puts up the gap to about 15 seconds, as you can see on the top. So round 9 at Bathurst. If you love good racing, I can recommend you Jardier. If you search for Jardier on YouTube or on Twitch, you can find him. He was one of the leaders of the championship on the PC side of things, where we do have a lot more starters. Actually, what is going on with this camera? Always switching late for turn 1. And yeah, he had a very impressive race. This was one of the most entertaining races I've ever watched. So yeah, if you love good racing, as I said, go back, search for Jardier, and watch the round 9 of AOR GT3 PC Tier 1 Championship with the reverse championship race there. So very good racing, very entertaining, as always on Jardier, as Gary is hopping the curb on this left-hander very hard, and yeah, but keeping the car under control, very good, and looks like he has everything under control now, with 24 seconds behind Tom. Looks like he's not just on the same pace as Tom is this race, but yeah, he does everything he has to to win the championship tonight, and that's everything you have to do. Stay calm, stay easy, drive your laps, make no mistakes, and bring home the championship. So it's, as I said, Spartan there in P3. Gary with the 25.1, again 0.2 of a second slower than Tom. And Spartan, we're waiting for Spartan's lap time on the last lap. It's a 25.6, which is half a second slower than Gary, and yeah, the gap is consolidating. That's a slowdown for sure. You can't cut the chicane like this. That's a little bit too much. But yeah, probably the slowdown will clear itself during the lap on its own. So yeah, let's have a look at Stick, who's still lapping in the meantime 7 minutes behind the leader. Good to see you, racing mate. We had one in Tier 1 with the one driver in Tier 1, our Italian stallion, Wheezy, as we see Stick going off track again. Our Italian stallion Wheezy in the SLS this season, finishing the championship in P2, and yeah, showed that the AMG or the SLS, the AMG SLS, AMG, what is the right? Mercedes SLS AMG SLS. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The SLS, the older AMG model, has very good pace, and yeah, race awareness is very good from Stick. Lets the leader past again. Oh, there was Tom with a little bit of a slide coming out of this crucial corner there. But he's making a good job in the Audi. He had some real connection issues back in the days, but today it looks like it's fine. No lag for him. Looks like he's really, yeah, it's fine for him to go. And as I said, he's starting to lag, so it's a little bit difficult to see what's going on from now and then. So yeah, round 9. This was the Bathurst race where I got lost in my commentary with recommending Jardier. And the last round, it was actually Brünn in the Czech Republic, round 10 of this 10 race championship. And in this race, it must have been very close, as Gary won the race and took the championship lead just one race before the championship ends. Let me have a quick look into the results sheet, how close it actually was in round 10. Yeah, it was Gary. Ooh, this is very unfortunate actually. Oh no, okay. Yeah, I was wrong. I thought it was unfortunate because I saw Spartan finishing only 12 thousandths of a second behind Tom in P3, but he was one lap down, so yeah, nothing to worry about. But there in this race, Spartan obviously had not a that good one race, and yeah, he lost his championship lead just before this. And no, actually, you know who lost his championship lead in the last round in Brünn? It was Willy. Yeah, Willy, only finishing 5th with 23 points, making 12 points less than Gary, and now Gary has a gap of 11 points with Willy unfortunately out of the championship race as he disconnected. Yeah, and he's in the chat. Willy. Yeah, championship is still between Spartan and Gary. Spartan has to pass Gary for the championship if it stands like this. Gary is our new Tier 2 champion. Yeah, Willy, unfortunate for you to disconnect. Yeah, but that's the how do you say? You have to live with these things when you're playing on Xbox. So yeah, nothing you can do. So as we're still watching Tom going around very calmly, the gap between Gary and Spartan still about 16 seconds. Always flickering between 15 and 16 seconds. So yeah, looks like if Gary makes no mistakes the last 2.5 laps, he will take home the championship, which is very impressive. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about his formal racing, but this is definitely his first season on AOR, so very good display from him. Yeah, my first one, the first disconnect, Gary. Oh, Willie, that's very unfortunate. But it, you had to have, you had to pass Tom either way because it was not enough to be in P2. Even Tom had a 10-second penalty. As you can see here, Tom has a 10-second penalty because of his speeding in the pit lane, but you saw it probably on the overlay on your screen. So you must have passed Tom, and Spartan had to have, had to pass Gary either way to give you a proper shot of the championship to the championship, because it would have been enough either way, because Gary had to be fifth for you if you win, for you to be the champion. What a difficult sentence for me. So as we're watching penultimate lap, guys, it's Tom still in the lead, 20 seconds. Obviously he made a little bit of a mistake and lost some seconds before, but everything fine, everything under control, even with the 10-second penalty. It's still very good. Spartan still in P3, Flox a little bit behind, 10 seconds, with a very alternative line through the chicane. Nevertheless, good showing for all of them. And yeah, once again, I want to encourage you, as Tom is entering the final lap, I want to encourage you, sign up to AOR, watch the Xbox forums. We're always looking for new drivers, as basically every Xbox league is looking for new drivers. But if you fancy good racing, well organized good racing, fair racing, always a stewards panel behind every incident, yeah, feel free to join. Make yourself familiar with the forum, sign up for the TC Filler League, and yeah, enjoy your racing on AOR. Yeah, Willie, I know what you're talking about. My little daughter is 10 weeks old, so sometimes life is more important than racing, but what can you do? Pace was still good. So, as we're watching Tom coming around the last corner, winning the final round of the championship. Congratulations, Tom. Very good race. Very good pace tonight, yeah, as I said, with the fastest lap of 24.5, which is fourth or fifth fastest on the, even on the, compared to the tier 1 race. And we do have our new championship winner, Gary, coming around the final corner, taking home the championship. Yeah, blinking and weaving. Well done, Gary. Congratulations. You are the new champion. Well done, mate. So very good racing for most of the laps. Spartan still fine, blinking his lights into coming down the start-finish line, and Flox is the last one we have to watch, crossing the start-finish line. Still weaving, P4 very happy, and I think we got the invitation for the party chat. And yeah, Willie is inviting me as well, and I'm gonna join the party chat there and see if we can have an interview with our new champion. So there you have the final race standings. Tom winning tonight's race with just over 1 hour of race time. Best lap 25.4, which is, again, let me have a quick check again that I don't tell you something wrong. It's the 24.5. Yeah, it's fourth fastest lap compared to the tier 1 guys. So very strong pace, very well-deserved win, staying easy in the opening laps, and yeah, making no mistakes except the speeding in the pit lane, but very good race. And second place, our new championship winner, Gary from Hungary. So very good job from you, Gary. Gary, can you hear me? Unfortunately not, it looks like. Um, so Gary, try to put up a mic. I'm eager to have a small interview, just 2 or 3 sentences with you. P3 is Spartan. Spartan, can you hear me? Again,
Can
another
hear,
one.
but he's been replying with messages on screen.
Yeah, they're replying with messages on screen. So probably, yeah, Gary, type in what you think about this race. Well-deserved championship, I think, very consistent throughout the season. Not the fastest in every race, but yeah, very good. So we have a message from Spartan. Let's have a look what he's writing. No mic. Yeah, that's fine. No mic, no interview, Spartan. You mate. So nevertheless, next up, Tom. Is Tom in the party chat?
He is, but I don't know if he's got a dead mic.
Okay.
Oh, that was Jerry.
Yeah, no mic.
Jerry's got
Everybody
a dead
has no
mic.
mic. Okay, that's fine. Guys, well
No,
done.
he's no my guy.
Yeah, so we do have Willie's in the chat and Flox is in the party chat. Is this correct? Yeah, Willie is here.
Yes,
Willie
I'm
is here.
here.
Flox is here. So Flox, tell us about the incident with Spartan. I think about 15 laps before the end of the race, something like that. Did he hit you into turn 3?
Yeah, we were having a good battle, and then he took a lunge, and he just hit me. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it was not clear on the stream because he overtook you earlier before this lap and then made a small mistake into turn 1 where you get passed again, and then you spun out on a very awkward way, and it was not clear on the stream, and I saw you blinking, probably not very happy about the move, but yeah, Spartan was probably Spartan says in the chat he doesn't think so that he hit, but yeah, it was a little bit awkward this move, and looked like Spartan was a little bit hot-headed at some moments of the race, trying to get desperately be in front of Gary, as he has to be in front to win the championship. So nevertheless, good racing from you. It was very entertaining to watch, especially the opening laps with all the battles, and start from Gary was great, really great. Willie, what do you think about the start?
I love the start. It was brilliant crack. It says four-way battle for the lead for about good 5-6 laps, was it? But my tactic was to stick behind him until somebody made a mistake, and then I think we lost. What was it? Jerry and Spartan just outbreak themselves in the turn 1,
Yeah.
which give me a shot then at catching Tom, and I felt I had good pace against Tom, but then after the pit stop, I thought whenever Tom got his 10-second penalty, I thought, happy days, this is my chance now, and it was. But for some reason, I kind of lost it all then. Whenever I went to the pit and it came out, I was nearly 10 seconds behind, even after his penalty he had. So, now Tom had just brilliant pace, and I say well done to Jerry, and well done to all the boys, actually, for sticking it this far. And it was a pleasure to race, it really is. Good pace every week.
Yeah, that's a good word to end tonight's stream. So, as I said again, congratulations to Tom for the race win, and congratulations to Gary for taking home the championship, bringing home the championship to Hungary, as well as Spartan with a very strong P2 in the overall championship, and Willie finishing the championship in P3. Oh no, stop. Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Willie finishing in P3, the championship, so well done to all of you. Thanks for sticking by on AOR, and if you want to join AOR again, visit apexonlineracing.com, join the forums, get involved, and race the best drivers in Europe. So thank you for season 13, and see you all again for season 14.